Hola niños, are you ready to learn? Today's lesson is on GDP.
Why hello there. You've caught me reading about GDP, which stands for Gross Domestic Product, which means the amount of money earned from goods and services produced from a country within a calendar year.
Are you guys ready to learn how to calculate GDP?
No!
Too bad, you're gonna learn anyways. There are two approaches. First is expenditure. And that's when you estimate how much money is spent within the year. There are four categories. There's consumer goods and services, business goods and services, government goods and services, and import and export goods and services. And there are also durable and non-durable goods. Durable are the long-lasting goods such as cars, fridges, microwaves, DVD players, and the non-durable goods are the short-lasting ones, which are like food, clothes, shoes, and that's with the durable and non-durable goods. The other approach is the income. It's a more accurate way, and it's when you add up all the incomes in the economy. An example is like, say you're building a house and you're going to spend $200,000 and you're going to give that to a firm, and the firm's going to be charged with distributing all the money out to the other businesses used to help build a house, such as like water lines, electrical, like the framing of the house, and that's when all that money that he spent out to the other companies is going to add up to the $200,000 you originally spent and gave to the firm. And federal economists use both of these approaches, expenditure and income, and they compare the totals, which will offset the mistakes, which will result in better results. Now we're about to learn about the phases of the business cycle. Woo! And this whole cycle is affected by Stop talking it back! I've told you once before! As I was saying, this whole cycle is affected by investments, interest rates and credits, consumer expectations, and external shocks. At the beginning of this graph shown, it says expansion, which is economic growth, it means like we're making good investments, everything's running nicely, everything's going to plan, as you can say, and which will lead to a peak, which is at the best at where the money can go. Like, you can't do any better, and everything's running smoothly, and soon we're going to have to go through a contraction because you can't do any better, and we're going to have to fall eventually. And the contraction is an economic decline, and that's when nothing's working out. We're making bad investments, like our expectations are off, and it's going to eventually lead to a trough. And that's what happened in the Great Depression with making bad investments, and the stock market crashed. And today we're in the trough today, just like similar to the Great Depression, and we're trying to get out of it and hopefully lead to an expansion soon enough with our president today. Hey class, we're at the end of chapter 12, section 3, and one of the main topics is the effects of capital deepening. And this chart shows the effects of capital deepening, and it starts off with labor force plus the human capital. And the human capital is the workers' spirits, their attitudes, their positive attitudes, and plus the physical capital, which is the money, of course. And that will lead to increased labor productivity, which will eventually lead to the increase of output. And that will then lead to the increase of wages and to the increase of labor demand. And this is something every business wants to take care of. And that's the effects of capital deepening. Now, as you can see behind me, is my beautiful painting that I drew during passing periods. I'm pretty good, no big deal. Now, leave me be to my music.